Hi Pile 1 and welcome to your reading. This is your reading if you chose the Networker card and this rhodochrosite crystal and or. This is Healing Inspiration Tarot and more, and I am Ramona, and today's reading is what makes you so magnetic and what are people saying about your magnetism behind your back. And if you would like a personal and private reading with me, I do have an Etsy shop that's in the description box. You can also email me if there's not a reading there that resonates with you for something more specific. Please like this video and subscribe to my channel if you have not yet for more content like this. And also comment down below if this resonates. So without further ado, we'll just get into your reading. So, Networker, we have enhances unity through the sharing of information, engenders social awareness and empathy. And the shadow is conveys information only for personal gain, spreads fear and falsehood. Next, we have Healer. We have passion to serve others by repairing the body, mind, and spirit, ability to help transform pain into healing, and the shadow is taking advantage of those who need help, failing to care for oneself. So let's just start with Networker of what people find magnetic about you. So definitely your communication style, and some of this could be in writing. So you may be a good writer or be able to communicate well in writing. But I think your communication style in general is really good. You may have a good sense of humor and can banter back and forth, but you have a very catchy communication style where people want to talk with you. Also, they find that you are a person who can, connect with them, really connect with them emotionally, connect with their feelings. You can read them well, read their emotions well. And so they feel seen by you. And with Networker, also, people could think that you're popular, that you stand out in a crowd. And if you wear some colors of pink, purple, lavender, I feel like they find that looks good on you and they find you attractive in that. And then with Healer, the passion to serve others by repairing body, mind, and spirit, ability to help transform pain into healing. So one of the characteristics, so they may see that you do or experience your healing energy, which just draws them to you, whether or not they know what they're being drawn to. They naturally feel good in your presence. If you ever lay your hands on someone or touch them, I think they feel that magnetic energy through that. They also feel at peace and at rest when they're around you. And so they have a natural trust toward you. And so they are just drawn to you in that way. Especially if you are in the healing arts, if you do massage, if you do people's hair, if you do anything with touching people or being near their energy at all, their energy field, they feel magnetically drawn to you and want to keep on coming back. If you wear your hair in a bun or in a braid, I think they find that magnetically attractive. People could be saying these things behind your back as well. And so they may not say it necessarily to your face, but this is the vibe that you're giving to people. Next, we have the Armadillo Spirit, set healthy boundaries. Card number 3. And card number 9, Brown Bear Spirit, take time out. So, a couple of things that people are saying. They do find you to be a little bit guarded with the healthy boundaries, but they don't always have access to your energy. So this makes you even more attractive. And with the Brown Bear Spirit, they also feel like you are very grounded and abundant. Like you know how to take care of business in the natural, the physical world. But they could also see that you protect the energy that you have. And it seems like this makes your energy more potent. So they could be saying things like, I don't have easy access to this person, or, this person has kicked me out of their life, or they won't take my bullshit. Like you're someone that people really don't mess with because they know that if they do you wrong or if they overstep their boundaries with you, that you will no longer let them have access to you. I think people also say behind your back that you are cuddly. You're cuddly, you may feel very soft, or at least you look like you have soft skin or soft hair, and they're really drawn to that. And they feel like you may not be easily penetrable, like your aura, your energy. They feel like they can't easily get an emotional rise out of you. And so on one level, that's also what they might say. Maybe some people might say from the outward, you could be cold a little bit, but still your energy gives them a different vibe. Like, so it's probably the people you cut off or you really stay away from that think you are more cold. But even so, I feel like that characteristic and quality is just like a hard outer shell that certain people get that side of you, but other people that aren't getting that side of you definitely are drawn into your warmth and your healing power. And I feel like it's almost something that's tangible in your, when they come around you, when they see you, when they get to communicate with you, when you don't cut them off from your energy completely. Next we have connect with the earth. So some more earth energy. So it does seem like you're very grounded. And spend time with friends. So people can get this, outdoorsy, maybe hippie-ish type of vibe from you. Someone who wears clothes that are comfortable, but they look cool. Like you have the vibe that you do things your own way. And a lot of you could be environmentalists or people who are, lovers of animals, maybe you have a strong connection with trees or nature in some way, maybe like hiking or walking in nature or doing something to that effect. And I think people really like that about you. There is, that semi-solo vibe where you are good with being in your own space, your own energy, connecting with nature. It does feel like you are people who cleanse your energy. And so I definitely think people say that you enjoy time on your own and you're not a super needy person, which I think is part of what makes you magnetic and attractive to people. That you don't you're not like an energy vampire, someone who is pulling off of their energy too much. That you are strong in yourself, in your own will, and also you're in your own style. You have your own style, what makes you unique. You express yourself in a very unique way, and people are drawn to that. Then we have card number 49, spend time with friends. So you could have your nice little friend circle, a spiritual circle, work with tarot, runes. You may do tea ceremony or just have some drinks with your friends. And some of you may do moon rituals or are very connected to the moon. But people also feel that you are connected emotionally and spiritually. And people in that world are exceptionally drawn to. They may feel like you are super intuitive. They may want to get readings from you. They may want to just hang out with you. It feels like, you're someone who they really vibe and resonate with, particularly in like a spiritual type of community that would be into tarot and even art and some kind of creative thing. Some of you could have a witchy vibe. Maybe you do some spell work, but also writing. It seems like you do take that time to maybe you read tarot for yourself, but especially your friend group is going to be of the more creative type, it seems. And I think people, there's an even stronger vibe within your friend group because your energy is mixed with theirs, and it feels like it's really strong. And whoever is allowed into your group has to be of a certain quality and caliber, people say. And they find that magnetic, that it's not that it's judgmental in any way, but that they have to carry a certain vibe. So I feel like there's certain people who may not be attracted to your small group of friends or the people you're around, because they know that their energy doesn't match. So I do feel like some people have difficulty approaching you because your energy doesn't match with theirs. Like the vibe is too different, so the attraction's not there. And they recognize your light and the light of the people around you. I feel like the people that you do keep close have a very bright and light as well. Next we have Morgan, Death and Magic, and Oshun, Generosity. So people could also think there's a darkness to your vibe. You definitely have magic in your hands. And here we have the intuitive vibe. Some of you may be mediums and may be connected to that energy. So you may have past spirits that are very attracted to you. And this could give the vibe to others who don't understand that of a little bit more darkness. But they're attracted to you for your high vibe, and it's like you hold the universe in your hands, and it feels like a lot of you can see spirits, but it seems like you do have mediumship capabilities, definitely magic in your hands. It's like you can do magic, you can have anything you desire magic. So in one sense, your magic could be alluring and seductive and sexy. And on the other hand, it can be a little scary for people. Like, are you doing a spell on me? Like, What's going on here, right? But people also find you to be like sunshine on a cloudy day, or that warmth in the coldness. They see you as generous of heart and spirit. You may actually be generous financially, giving to charities, or just you give very good gifts. Uh, so they are very much attracted to that in you. I think people are magnetized by your eyes, your hands, your hair. Your hair may actually hold some power. And your clothing style. I think is attracts people and magnetizes them. And it could be, the different colors that you wear also, or your coloring. So next we have the Ace of Swords. Very phallic energy. But I feel like you bring things to light for people and give them breakthroughs in some way. You help to lead, guide, and I want to say protect them. You're kind of like a North Star. Like you could be goals for people, like the way you live your life, your lifestyle, your look, your group of people that you're around, your magic could be goals for people. And also, I think what's attractive about you as well, it feels like you're a very truthful, honest energy. So people don't have to wonder where they stand with you. And it doesn't feel like you're harsh, but you do tell the truth. And people talk about that. They'll be like, yeah, that person's really honest. They'll tell me, they won't say behind my back what they wouldn't say directly to my face. Next we have the Chariot. And I was feeling some Cancer energy with a hard outer shell, a softer inner shell, but inner shell, softer, gooier inside. But also this is people feeling like you definitely, you take the reins in your hands, you take control of your life, take control of situations. So they like your ability to do that. And it's like you move forward quickly. It's once you make a decision, you move quickly on it and you don't back down. People see you as balanced in this light and darkness. You may have integrated your shadow or have done a lot of integration with your light and shadow. And so I get the song, you're hot and you're cold, you're yes and you're no, you're in and you're out. That's more like someone's more flaky, but I don't feel like you're flaky. It's like you've integrated those into, so an integrated whole. So people find you to be whole. And I think that's part of the reason why your goals for a lot of people. And they really think you have things together. Once again, you have the mane here, so, and there's a sense of freedom. They like the freedom you possess. Some of you could be mixed ethnicity, and that's something people talk about and they like about you and they find that magnetic. And then we have the Strength card. So once again, they feel like you're able to control your emotions. Um, they don't control you. That you have kindness and compassion for others, and things that could be dangerous to other people, like, you are able to tame them. And also, this is you taming your base desires, but also loving them. This is, once again, that shadow integration. And here's Leo energy as well. And it's the mane again. Like, the hair is there's something significant about the hair. There could be certain tattoos that you have, some tribal tattoos, or even like handmade like jewelry that people find magnetic. And then we have the Four of Cups. So here, this person, she's probably sitting there reading a book and minding her own business in her own energy once again. You know, sometimes, like, you know when it's time to play, and here's the swing. And you know when it's time to withdraw and stay to yourself, even if there's offers coming in for you to be social. Like, it seems like you are a person who gets out there, and at least some people can think, you know, you're a bit more outgoing. But you also like to be to yourself in your own energy as well. If you're masculine, I think people think you're a good father. Many of you could be seen as charismatic when you're interacting socially, even though there is that other side to you that likes your space and your downtime. So let me see if there's anything else that I'm getting from this reading of what people find magnetic about you and what they say behind your back. People really find you cute and adorable. You may say that behind your back. Oh my gosh, they're so adorable. I get this vibe that there may be some people, like, you know, you look at a baby or a fuzzy animal and you're like, oh my gosh, they're so adorable. I just want to eat them up. There's some people out there that feel that way about you and may say that behind your back. Okay, that's about all I have, pile one. I hope that inspired and encouraged you and gave you some insight. I thank you so much for coming to my channel. Namaste. Hi, pile two, and welcome to Healing, Inspiration, Tarot, and More. I am Ramona, and today's reading is what do people find magnetic about you, and what do they say behind your back about that? And if you would like a personal and private reading with me, please look in the description box below. There is a link to my Etsy shop. If you don't find a reading there that resonates, you can email me and we can talk about it. Please like this video, subscribe to my channel, and leave a comment down below with something that resonates if this reading resonates with you, I suppose. Now we're going to clear the energy and get into your reading. All right, so this is your reading. If you chose the Picasso Jasper, I think this is really cool. Some of you may like Picasso, but I did choose it because the card that came out was Artist. Picasso, Artiste. And the card Artist, we have expressing a dimension of life that is just beyond the five senses, inspiring others to see life symbolically. And Gossip awakens consideration for the feelings of others, honoring trust. So with these two cards, like the orangish reddish hair here is standing out. So there may be a creative vibe to your hair and your makeup specifically if you wear makeup, but certainly your hair. You do have a creative vibe overall with artist. You may be into painting or you're just very good with coloring. Maybe you're good at matching colors. You have a good with matching clothing, matching things to skin tone. I'm kind of getting, but your color stands out here for me. Also, I think people find you to be very creatively expressive, whether it's in your voice, in your aesthetic, in your home. Like, whatever you do, it's just an expression of your creativity and your artistic abilities. And with gossip, some of you may like to share the tea, or it's just that people are gossiping about you and they gossip about your creativity, your artwork, your music. And I almost feel like there is a little bit of that jealousy here of about you. Like when they look at you, it's like you have things that they want, and so they may talk about you because of that. Like they think they're all that, like basically. You could be someone who really can see things, symbols. You can interpret symbols, interpret impressions. You could be, I want to say, an impressionist. I feel like you awaken feelings in other people through your art, through your vibe, through your creativity. People find you to be very sensual in your nature, and you may be pleasing what they find magnetic about you. And they may even say behind your back that you are pleasing on every level of the senses. You're pleasing to the eye, to the scent, whoever would know about taste, touch. All right, so let's pull out some more cards. And they feel like you can ground creative ideas into reality. So you make things come to life in one way or another. And here we have this like orangish reddish hair. This, well, that looks like a daffodil. I don't know what these other flowers are. Some of you might wear flowers in your hair. Your hair smells like flowers and they're drawn to that. There feels like this a little bit of a emo type of vibe, but we do have Lilith here with independence and Rhea with flow. So this is saying to me that people think you go with the flow and you do your own thing, and they find that magnetically attractive. With the 4-4, they find you stable and abundant. And with the 3-0 and the 3, I'm feeling the Empress vibe. So what they find magnetic about you is they feel a depth to your soul. Your lips are standing out, your cheekbones, nose. And I have the feeling that people may want to just grab your hair, put their hands in your hair, or even smell your hair. I know that could be a little bit creepy. But you do have a seductive sexual aspect to your vibe that people find magnetic. And that's also connected to that creativity. So there's a depth and there's a, somewhat of a darkness. Like they would like to explore that depth of you. For some of you, people may say that they would assume you're a freak in the sheets. Maybe that lady in the streets freak in the sheets, or lady or gentleman in the streets freak in the sheets. Some people may have said to you that you could be a model. Next we have meditation and soak in a bath. So once again, that vibe of really taking care of yourself. People like your feet or smelling good. They also like your feet. They think your feet are attractive, that you have this really chill zen vibe about you. Maybe in a candles or crystals, aromatherapy. That's the kind of thing people will talk about behind your back. They also find it kind of magnetic. You could really like the water, or be connected with water, or be a water sign. And people find you to be very spiritually connected. Like this candle energy, I feel like it reminds me of the song Candle in the Wind. But like you're a candle. Like beautiful, aromatic. You have a light. You light up a dark room. Yeah, and they find you to have a real chill, cool vibe. Like it feels very laid back. You may smell like incense or essential oils. People talk about that. And here there's a diamond in her heart. So it feels like they find your heart to be very valuable or invaluable. They talk about that. Feels like they think you pay attention to the little things, the small details. Even things that people may not pay attention to necessarily. But for example, if you do some type of art, it's like you really pay attention to the small details, so it will make a difference to the entire vision. But people may not see it necessarily unless if they're looking for it. And the same with you. It's like you may pay attention to the details on your toenails, even though that's not something that everybody's like paying close attention to. People find you to be flexible, open-minded, and they find that magnetic. There's some coconut here. I don't know if some of you use coconut. Maybe you have a tropical vibe to some extent with like the flowers and the hair. I'm thinking of a lei. All right, so we have card number 14 and 45, the chameleon spirit, act as if, and the parrot spirit, watch your words. So I feel like people think that you're a man or a woman of few words. So there's somewhat of a mysterious quality. Some people may think you side-eye them a little bit. I just feel like that chameleon is side-eyeing, and the parrot might be side-eyeing a little bit too. And yeah, with the parrot too, that matches with gossip. So you may be very careful what you say around certain people. You may have people in your family or workplace or something like that that are very gossipy. But with the chameleon spirit, one of the things that people feel about you, and especially if they see you in different environments, that you can really fit in wherever you go. So you both fit in here with the chameleon spirit, but with the parrot spirit, you also stand out. I feel you are captivating, because I'm thinking of when a parrot speaks, and people are really captivated by it. And I feel that sense of humor also that comes through. And I think people think you're a person of a few words, and maybe it just depends on who you're around. You kind of watch what you say, watch who you're around. You're a bit cautious. And it does feel like act as if is about you being like, if you don't necessarily feel confident within yourself, you still act as if you are. And the whole adage is act as if and you will become that, right? So I think people feel like you are someone who is becoming the person you want to be, or has become the person you want to be. You have reached goals that way. You may have been someone to say you're going to do something, and they see that you do it, and you're not just all talk. You are more action than you are just talk, right? And people find that magnetic about you. So, like, if they're chatting about you behind your back, and like you just said something new, the people who have seen you and observed you and known you, they're going to say, yeah, this person is definitely going to do that because I've seen them do it before. Others may question it, but eventually you turn it around and they see that, yeah, you're a person of your word, that when you say you're going to do something, you do it. They find that magnetic. Not everybody does that, right? You have card 45 and 46 here, and 44. Fours are prominent. People say you're stable, you're dependable. All right, into the tarot now. We have the 8 of Wands. So people feel like part of what's magnetic about you, first of all, this can be like Cupid's arrow. So there could be a lot of people who have romantic attention and attraction for you, and maybe you've had the experience of a lot of people just falling in love with you and wanting to communicate with you, wanting to do things with you. And people find you to have very fiery energy, and that's also along with that action. So fire and water we have here. And here with the lovers. So with the lovers, yeah, there you have a lot of people who would like to be connected with you in that way. And I feel like people who have been connected with you in that way say you're good there, good in that realm. The freak in the sheets kind of thing. This is Gemini energy. There's definitely a sexiness. The hair also stands out, whether masculine or feminine. You may have a tattoo on your shoulder. or your shoulders definitely stand out. People may like your shoulders and your side profile here. See, with the hands, she also has her nails done. So once again, that detail, some small details about your aesthetic, you may pay close attention to that. People talk about it. They notice things here and there. Then you have the Ten of Swords. Now the Ten of Swords can be a heavy energy, but this is the lightest energy in the deck. So I feel like people think that you take things in stride. You may have gone through a lot of things, which has caused you to approach loss or approach difficulty in life in a much more soft, aligned way. Like, it doesn't seem to shake you as much as it may shake other people. And once again, there's a very silent, Zen vibe here, especially related to this card. And with the Eight of Swords, like, people think that I'm gonna say you were born this way, like you just wake up looking good, like you don't have to try too hard, and you're magnetic. I think you do mirror other people, but they feel like you're lucky when you look in the mirror. The lips are coming through again, and there are a lot of people who can't stop thinking about you. Like, you live in their mind rent free. And I feel like these could be some people who are jealous of you. And also these are people who may want to be with you and can't be, or exes that you've had. It feels like you're sought after. And you have two eights here. Once again, abundance. People see you as very abundant. And that's funny. 3 and 5, that's an 8 as well. Now let's see if I'm picking up anything else of what people find magnetic about you and what they say behind your back. I feel like you just sparkle and shine. Your eyes may sparkle and shine, or you wear jewelry or rhinestones or glitter. But you would be the type of people that lights up a room. Just saying. You also, I feel like people will say that you may have gone through different iterations, like, so you've transformed a lot of times, it feels like. Maybe you change your look as well, but it's like you continue to grow and evolve and impress people, I think. That may be something they say behind your back, that you definitely make an impression that you are an impressive person. And I feel like they admire your ambition as well, and your follow through on what you say you're going to do. And I think people are also magnetized and talk about the fact that you have pushed through difficulty, like you've made it through difficulty and challenging times with grace and what seems like ease, even if it wasn't easy. All right, that's about all I have for you, pile number 2. I hope that inspired you and encouraged you and gave you some insight. I thank you so much for coming to my channel. Namaste. Hello and welcome to Healing Inspiration Tarot and More. I am Ramona, and this reading is what do people find magnetic about you, and what are they saying behind your back about that? And this is your reading. If you chose pile 3, which is this Unakite stone. There's some green and some red in there, or orangey colors, and this mentor card. Let's clear the energy and get into your reading. So I think people find you very grounded, connected to the root chakra as well as the heart chakra. And there's similar coloring in here. There's some greens and blues and this red, but obviously the orange. There's some orangish colors in here. So the root, the sacral, and heart chakras can be significant for you. So it feels like you're very grounded. You may be also, if I can speak, compassionate, creative, connected to your emotions, connected to relationships. People could find you to be comforting, trustworthy, connected to your inner child, wise, and able to give advice and guidance. Here it says, passing on wisdom and refining a student's character. So people find you to be a person of good character. They could see you as an old soul and see you as more looking younger than you actually are for a lot of you. Or if you're more on the young side, I feel like they think you are more mature for your age. They find a very protecting and comforting vibe about you also. If you have gray or white hair, I think people are magnetized by that. If you're masculine, if you have beard and mustache, they find that magnetizing. Next we have addict, helps you recognize and confront addictive behavior. Compromises integrity and honesty, allows an addictive pattern to have authority over your inner spirit. So some of you could mentor addicts. You've been through addiction yourself or been through changing habits, patterns, routines in your life. We have the red energy again. So very rooted into the earth, and people could have seen you really struggle, and through your struggle gain great wisdom. They find you a person of strength and depth who is a pillar, and they find you to be, they think you're immovable, like you have that much strength and integrity and wisdom. That you stand up for your rights and for the rights of others. We have patterns. Interesting. Like, they definitely see you may have developed healthy patterns, Some of you have really curly hair and people like that. Your eyes are kind of mesmerizing. Your smile, even if you don't smile big, it's like, it feels like you have a coyness about you. And you have great goddess, sacred unity. So people look at you and feel inspired. Like this goddess energy, god or goddess. It's like someone you want to be like. They want to pattern after you, pattern their lives after you, pattern, their looks after you. They want to be like you in some way. Whether or not this is true, people feel like you have it all together. You worked your way through things. You have healed. You have changed. You have evolved. You have grown. That you are, the ideal of what they would like to be. Next we have Connect with Crystals, card number 11, and Alone Time. So people think you've really gone deep and healed yourself and cleansed yourself and made peace with your past. And this is kind of like 2-2. They like how you are in relationships with that too. Relationships, partnerships. You're like an ideal partner. And someone who people want to be like. Some of you may have a healing circle or been a part of a healing circle or groups, something to that effect. But they feel like you are separate, as in you're in your own category, your own league, right? A league of their own. Like you're not quite like anybody else to people. So they can't really pin you down or figure you out. But you will be a person that people will go to for guidance. I feel like they really like your body shape and what your body looks like. Your shoulders, your legs, your hips. Like I have this desire to be at silence here. So you may practice silence, have a very strong meditation routine, be comfortable in silence. Like even sitting with another person, they may be comfortable around you, even not talking. This is a very chill vibe that you have, a very zen, calm, not quick to anger. Just stable. Yeah, and it feels like someone in touch with consciousness. Collective consciousness. So I feel like people, even if they have a tendency to talk about people badly, that it's kind of like they can't even say anything about you because they can't, there's nothing to say, right? There's in any bad way. But yeah, this is a very peaceful energy. People get peace from you. We have the porcupine spirit, time for a beginner mind. And the dog spirit, be loyal to what you love. With time for a beginner mind, I feel like people think you are very humble, that open-minded again, and you know, you are open to learning from anyone. It feels like you have a natural protection around you. And here that person has their wing over them. And here the natural protection are the needles. So you have a natural protection about your energy. And here with card number 19, you know, that's like the sun. So people find you enlightening, also may feel like you are enlightened or are on the path to enlightenment. You have an energy that can't be touched. They can say what they want, but they can't infiltrate your protection. People think you are loyal. You could be a friendly person, kind and generous and giving. And unique, and not like anyone else. And I feel that with the porcupine. Card number 48 and 19 may be significant. Feathers might, some of you may wear feathers. Then we have the Seven of Wands. So people see you as someone who stands your ground. You're victorious. You hold your own in whatever you do. That there's like no use competing with you, no use fighting with you. There's something about that it's just a losing battle for them. Or maybe you don't fight like that. It gives me this vibe of like a Buddhist teacher and a monk, like a monk vibe. Not saying you are a monk, but that's kind of the vibe I get. Someone who doesn't fight with arguing, but who uses wisdom, and you hit the nail on the head with those things you say when you say it. So there's not even a use of arguing or trying to fight with you. Then we have the Ten of Swords. It's like, it just heard like it's over. Like, it's over before it starts. So, you are someone who may have ended an old life and are in your new iteration. So that could be something that they do talk about, that you may have changed. Like the vibe you have now could be kind of dramatically different from where you used to be. Like you are a changed person. I think that's something they definitely talk about and are magnetized to. the strength that it takes to do that. Next, we have the Eight of Cups. They see you as someone who's gone on a solo journey towards self-actualization. Someone who doesn't seem like they need anyone else. That you are sufficient in your own energy, in your own strength, your own self. This is not to say you have no relationships, but it's like you are sufficient. Like some people could say, you know, they're in an envious way, like they don't need anyone. They have their stuff together. They've taken their own path, made their own way in the world. Like it feels like the path less traveled that you've taken. And there may be things in people that you've left behind. You've made your own way. You may have, you know, done things completely differently than your family or your community or something like that, and you kind of left old patterns and routines and people even behind. I feel people look up to, and as I was saying that, there's two people down here looking up to them. Definitely you're the group that would be the spiritual leaders, the counselors, the teachers. Like with what you've gone through, you're able to teach it. You're a conduit between the divine and the earthly, and I feel like people definitely look up to you. They have an honor and respect for you. And they are magnetized to that in your energy. And with the Hierophant, is that, let's see, Taurus? So earth energy is present also, Taurus. So they feel like you have the keys of wisdom, you have knowledge, you may have gone for higher education. That they honor you, they look up to you, they feel like you have authority. And yeah, I feel a lot of respect. And I think people look to you for, if they really want change in their life, if they really want answers. Like, unless the people are serious, they probably don't approach you usually, because they do get the feeling that it wouldn't even be worth it, would be worth their time, unless if they really wanted to grow and develop and evolve. For this group, I feel like you have very strong features that people are magnetized to. You make good hugs. Let me see, is there anything else that people say behind your back? You know, if anything, you know, maybe some people might bring up your past, what you did in the past or what happened in the past, but it's no longer who you are. And I think they know that too. And that's just if they're, splitting hairs. Some of you could have an actual dog here that people are drawn to you for your dog. Maybe they come up to you a lot of times and say, "Oh, I love your dog. Your dog's so cute," if you have one. Also, if you have a child or something like that, but you are very admired and respected. So that is what I have for you, pile number 3. I hope that inspired you and encouraged you and gave you some insight. I thank you so much for coming to my channel. Namaste.